Welcome to episode 7 of A Day in the Life at the Ridgecrest Community Garden. Today is going to be very simple. I'm just going to be watering and I'm going to be harvesting the rest of our tomatillos to make salsa and the rest of our morning glory seeds to use them for their medicinal properties. So right now I'm sitting in front of our raised bed with the morning glories. What I'm going to do is I'm going to harvest. It all went to seed, so I'm going to harvest all of the seeds. We're going to use the seeds for its medicinal properties, and then we're going to use them to sow back into the ground during the spring season. As I'm harvesting the seeds of the morning glories, I notice that they're all not completely ready. Like you have this seed pod here. You can see it's not ready. There's actually a ton of seed pods that are not ready. There's only a few of them that's ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step back, leave this alone. I'm going to wait until the whole plant is ready to harvest. That way I can just pull it out and collect the seeds. It'll be much easier to collect the seeds that way. Like this isn't ready. They're almost ready. So it'll be much easier to wait until all the pods are ready to harvest, so that I'm not spending hours looking through the plant just for the seeds that are ready, and then have to come back and do that all over again. So I'm just going to hold out on this, and I'm going to move over to the tomatillos. You can see that these tomatillos are clearly ready, right? You open this up, you can see that they're ready. These are dying out here, so there's a lot of tomatillos that fell to the ground. So this plant is actually ready to be fully harvested. I can just pull this plant out and then harvest them that way. So I'm going to be working on that right now, and then I'll give you a snapshot of how many tomatillos I harvested today. So I dug out the tomatoes, harvested them. Now it's time to amend the soil so that we can replant in this bed. Let's take a look at how many tomatoes we have. So if we take a look here, you'll see that we have a ton of tomatoes. We have different varieties of tomatoes, of tomatillos to be exact. And we have a lot of salsa to make. We cannot leave these out. Usually we leave our harvest out for the community to come and pick up, but we actually can't leave these out because it gets extremely cold and they will die out. Anything that's in the 30s, tomatoes, tomatillos do not like that cold temperature. So you can see the soil here. I have to amend it. All of these tomatillos are going to go. I'm going to add that soil back in. We're going to amend it. We didn't lose too much soil, which is good, but we're definitely going to compost the rooted soil and all of the tomatillos that did go bad because of the frost. So all of this is going to get composted. So this is the compost, and look, as I was flipping over the soil, we found some more sweet potatoes. So I'm actually going to leave this out on the table here, and feel free. That was the only sweet potato we have, so feel free to come by and grab it. And I'm just going to compost the rest of this here. I wanted to point out the nature I'm witnessing here. You can see we have a beautiful sunflower. You can see that there's a butterfly and a bee, both pollinating, working harmoniously. So always such a beautiful sight to see. Sidebar. All right, so here go our compost bins. You can see our compost bins are popping. We still have some pumpkins we need to compost, but we have 3 full bins. Once they start breaking down, we're going to add them into our tumblers here. Let's see how these are looking here. It's looking good. Still need to turn it. I might need to wet it too. So I'll do that once I start watering the beds, which I'm going to do now. That's going to be the last thing I do today. Water the beds, water the compost bins, and then head on out. All right, here I am watering. The good thing about watering now is that it's not extremely hot. So water actually hitting the top of your plants is not going to do damage to them. And also, we don't have to water every day at this point now because the temperatures are cooler now. So we're actually watering, every other day. If someone skips a day of watering, it's not detrimental to our plants. So it definitely takes a lot of pressure off of us when it comes to caring and nurturing the garden. All right, watering takes a while. I've been here and I'm only halfway done with the watering too. But I definitely wanted to point out how beautiful these seedlings are. Our plot coordinator planted these seeds and these seedlings. Well, he started all of these from seed and they are flourishing. They are doing extremely well. The beets, the radishes, the bok choy, the kale, the Swiss chard is all doing wonderful. Finally finished watering the garden completely and observing the subscribers' bed. I'm super happy and excited to see that they've been clearing out their beds, getting ready for the winter season. The summer pretty much carried over into fall. It's still pretty hot for fall, especially out here. But now, things are cooling down. You can see the subscribers clearing out their beds. Some of the stuff died out. New sprouts coming in. So that is extremely exciting. I hope you enjoyed episode 7 of A Day in the Life at the Ridgecrest Community Garden, and I'll see you next time.